Hey everybody! Yeah, I gotta scoot back. What's going on? What it was, what it is, what it be like? What's shaking? Hey, today is July 23rd. That's right. And on this day, back in 1983, yeah, like the trees outside, 83. All 83 of them. I got 83 trees in my yard. Back in 1983, man, the first Thrash album, that's right, was released in the United States. Yeah, little old band out there from California. That's right, you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, freaking guys right over here. If I can get my hands on it. Metallica, Kill 'Em All, man. That's right. This album is 40 years old today. Dude, that's sick, man. I was in the 11th grade when this album came out, man. Insane, right? Unbelievable. My hair was a lot darker, like this darker used to be. Before I got a little snow on the roof, Oh, snow on the roof in July. That's not cool. All right, enough of me. So anyway, so we all know Metallica's story, all right? It's really long, okay? How they got started, Lars and James, and then they got, Ron in the band, and they did all this stuff, and then, Dave Mustaine got in, and that whole big thing, I don't want to touch it, all right? Because it's already been said and done a gazillion times. We know the story, all right? So let's just fast forward. Metallica, they had their demo tape, No Life Till Leather, right? On cassette. And back in the day, cassette tapes were real easy to copy. You would get like these double-decker cassette tapes, and you would put, I don't know, a Metallica album in, whatever. You'd stick it in one side, and on the other side, you put a blank tape. Boom, you hit record and play, and it would just transfer over, man. It was nuts, right? So I can go buy an album and make a tape, and then, take that tape out and give it to one of my friends. And that's what happened. That's how things spread, man, like word of mouth. Hey, yo, check this tape out, man. Yo, check this out. You can mail them out to your buddies. I mean, cassettes, nice and easy, small. They went everywhere. So that cassette tape ended up over here on the Jersey side. Now, no, I'm not from Jersey. I don't live in Jersey. But Jersey's like, right down the road over the GW Bridge, and then you're in Jersey, over there, all right? Not over here. You're over there in Jersey, right? The big NJ, all right? So it ended up over there in the hands of Johnny Zenzula. Him and his wife, Marcia, had a little record label called Megaforce. Now, Megaforce had a lot of big acts on it, man, And, yeah, so they had Metallica come over. They, did their thing. They had a budget of $15,000 to make Kill 'Em All, all right? They went up to Rochester, New York, locked away up there in the freaking boonies. They got down to work. They recorded all the songs, okay? So they were going to put these out, like 15,000 copies of them. But they only had a budget for like 500 at a time. That's right. They weren't, Megaforce wasn't this big billion friggin', money machine, They were just running off their budget. They had a little record store and stuff, They were running off of that. But they signed all these great acts, all right? So they did all that. They recorded it. Metallica was going to go like a little co-headlining tour with our boys from Newcastle, not Ireland, Newcastle, called Raven, okay? Because Raven already had 3 albums out at this point. They had Rock Till You Drop, Wipeout, and then the one that I love the most, All For One. So the All For One tour, the Kill 'Em All tour, these guys were going to go tour together, little Winnebago, and they were going to call it the Kill 'Em All For One tour, okay? So both bands were staying at Johnny's house. They stayed there for 2 days before they hit the road. Oh, imagine Raven and Metallica in your house. Oh my God. I'm sure they were good little boys and behaved. Or maybe not. Who knows? So those guys hit the road and they, just started playing all over the place. Now, I was lucky enough to see them, and it was Anthrax. I've said this like in 3 videos already. It was Anthrax, opened up, then Metallica, and then Raven. And it was at the Roseland Ballroom in Manhattan. And like I said before, that was one of the best shows I ever saw. I mean, you walked through those front doors and you knew that was a special night, man, because it was one of the most pumped up shows I've ever seen. Besides seeing Maiden open up for Priest twice, you know, incredible. Yeah, I saw Priest open up. I mean, Maiden open up for Priest. Maiden was on the Killers tour. Priest was on the Point of Entry tour. Fast forward the next year, Iron Maiden was on the Number of the Beast tour, and Priest was on the Screaming for Vengeance tour. Both killer, man. Oh my God. Anyway, so, you know, Raven was coming up. You know, the All For One album was really starting to get some airplay and stuff. And, you know, now Metallica's out. So that was a great double bill, man. So they went out, did their thing. What else? Trying to think. Yeah, so when Kill 'Em All came out, it didn't even get onto the Billboard charts at all. You know what I mean? It wasn't until Master of Puppets came out in 1986, right? Yeah, 1986, this one right here. So when Master came out, at this point now, Metallica had Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master. So by the time Master came out, Metallica was just like getting really popular, man. They climbed quick, just like Iron Maiden did. You know, you had Iron Maiden, Killers, and then Number of the Beast, right? Those three great albums. Same thing with Metallica, man. Those first three albums are amazing for both of those bands, you know. So Maiden went up quick, and so did Metallica. So once Master came out, I mean, Metallica just blew up, man. Unbelievable. I saw them open up for Ozzy on that tour, right? Cliff, oh, incredible. Nice big stage, you know, they had the crosses and stuff. I'm sure you can find some videos on YouTube. Awesome. All right, I think it was at the Meadowlands in New Jersey, Brendan Bryan Arena. So, yeah. So by that time, once that hit, then Kill 'Em All got on the charts. But what's funny is, like, around 1999, at this point, Kill 'Em All was certified triple platinum. All right. So for not even getting on the charts when it first came out for a while, until 3 years later, they finally got into the charts. Now it's triple platinum. It's probably even more by now, I guaranteed, you know. Between the reissues and the box sets, this album is probably in the stratosphere at this point, you know. And, you know, it should be. It's a great freaking album, man. All right? So let's just get into this now. I have the original copy, and you guys all know what it looks like. It's got the silver label on it, and it says Megaforce going across. So I don't want to get too into, like, I got all 16 copies. I'm just going to show you two things here. Keep this moving. Spotlight, little showcase anniversary thing, and then call it a night, all right? Some of us got to get up in the morning. Oh, all right. So this is my Japanese pressing of it. All right. Kill 'Em All. It's got the OBI thing going on here. No extra songs, no nothing like that. Everything is the same as what you have in your house, okay? Same thing. Then it's got the usual, it's got the bio, which is all written in Japanese, which I have no clue what I say. And it's got the lyrics, you know, and the original Kill 'Em All came with the lyrics and some pictures on the other side, right? Now the vinyl is cool, because like I just said, you know, the original is silver, Megaforce, but this one has like this chain link on it, which is cool, all right? Totally different. I don't know what the chain means. I'm clueless, all right? But this is not 180 gram. This is original, as you can hear. Total Tokyo vinyl going on here. And again, all the songs are in the same order as, you know, the usual one is. But this album is great. Now, the only song I knew off this album at the time was the Four Horsemen. That's the only song I heard. There was a radio station, college radio station in Jersey called WSOU. And they had like this metal time slot, you know, and you would tune in, like, oh man, you know, I remember hearing like Steeler, Cold Day in Hell at the time, and that's the first time I heard Rat. Who else did I hear? Alcatraz. I mean, they would just play all this random stuff at the time, you know. You're like, whoa, what is this? What is that? You know, write it down so you wouldn't forget it. Good stuff, man. But yeah, Four Horsemen was the first song I heard. But, you know, when I finally bought this and took it home, what's funny is I bought this at a flea market in Portchester, New York. There was a flea market. You walk down the stairs, and there was this one guy stashed away in a corner. and all he sold were metal albums, man. It looked like this. Just bins of metal import albums, like a lot of stuff from England and stuff like that. That's where I picked up Motorhead, Overkill, and Bomber, and the first Anthrax album, and this, and a whole bunch of other stuff, man. It's like, holy cow. Yeah, he had all this cool stuff. He didn't have all the, the domestic stuff, which was cool. I go down there every weekend. I was just going to Portchester, It was right up the highway, man. It was like 20 minutes. Go there and walk through all the stupid crap in a flea market right to the vinyl guy. Amazing. So that's where I ended up picking up my original copy. So yeah, cool stuff, man. And took it home, dropped the needle. Now, I had no idea what any of these other songs sounded like until I dropped that needle in my house and just flipped. The first song, Hit the Lights, the way it just builds in the beginning and just the drum roll and then the riff, It's like, whoa, what is this, And the sound of, the band and the songs and the riffs and, Lars's drums. I mean, I love the sound of his drums on the first 3 albums. They're killer. James's voice and the guitars and all of it. I love that sound. Like, that's my Metallica. This is the stuff that I grew up with. So it means, all my memories and stuff are with these first 3 albums. So I love this stuff. I was being a kid, just being blown away by every album they put out. Because at the time, this was all that was out. And then, you waited, and then Ride the Lightning came out. And then you waited, and then Master of Puppets came out. If you're just getting into Metallica now, you go to your record store or whatever, there's like 14, 15 albums. Like, oh, which one do I get? Well, no, not back in my day, man. It was one, and you had to wait a year until the next one came out, which was cool. All right, so yeah, Hit the Lights, great song, man. The Four Horsemen, to this day, I still do not get sick of that song. I love the Four Horsemen, man. All the changes. It's like Iron Maiden's Phantom of the Opera. It's just like a change, and then, another section, and another section, and another section. Great, man. It keeps you hooked. That's a great freaking song, man. Then we go into Motor Breath. Fast and Furious. It's killer. Right? Jump in the Fire. Oh, my God. Jump in the fire. Metal. Then you go into Cliff's bass solo, right? Pulling Teeth. Oh, freaking Cliff, man. Let's not even go there, all right? Let's not even go there. Great bass player. All right? Then it goes into Whiplash. If your neck isn't hurting by the end of Whiplash from freaking headbanging, there's something wrong with you, all right? Now, I can't do that anymore, but, back in the day, I used to. My hair was down to here. Oof. Forget about it. Whole nother story. Then you flip this bad boy over and it goes into, Seek and Destroy, Phantom Lord, Metal Militia at the end. Oh my God. No Remorse. Dude. Killing me. I mean, just, Seek and Destroy and No Remorse, those 2 songs, and just they end it with Metal Militia. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right? Great freaking album, man. And the one thing about Lars, I know he gets a lot of shit, and we all know why he gets shit, all right? And I'm not even, the whole Napster thing, yeah, I see his point, all right? But we're not going to get into that. Basically, I just want to talk about, his playing, all right? Now, everybody knows there's like a lot of studio magic going on with the guy and whatever, but listen, man, what I want to get at is he plays so... I don't know, like he plays the way he hears it in his head. Like he does some offbeat cymbal hits and drum rolls that aren't following the bass line. It's not following the vocal line. It's not even following the guitar. I don't know what he's following. But it works. And it just makes the songs like different than anybody else who would just play it straight ahead or, maybe do like one little offbeat thing. But I like the way Lars plays, especially on these first 3 albums, man. It's just, there's something about it. And the way they're engineered, the sound, the guitars and the bass and James's voice. I mean, Metallica was killer back in the day. I mean, you guys don't even know unless you're my age. And were listening to this album, the albums were coming out, and saw them live back in the day, these guys were brutal, all right? Nothing, I mean, they're still killing it out there today, but back then, when they were young and hungry and just going insane, dude, these guys were freaking unbelievable, all right? Killed it, man. When these guys opened up for Ozzy didn't have a chance, man. They slaughtered him, all right? Metallica was on the Master of Puppet tour, and Ozzy was on the Ultimate Sin tour. Like, really? He's coming out in robes and that big gargoyle thing, and playing Shot in the Dark, and Metallica just got finished playing Master of Puppets and, Fight Fire with Fire, and Ozzy's singing kind of Shot in the Dark. Two different worlds, man. But, it was cool that Ozzy and Sharon took Metallica on the road like that because, now they're playing in arenas, huge 50, 60,000 people arenas. So, that was cool of Ozzy and Sharon to take Metallica out like that. They're freaking awesome, man. But, Metallica was playing with Venom. They were playing with Merciful Fate. They were playing with bands in that genre, you know what I mean? Slayer was still up and coming at the time, still kind of tucked away. And, Exodus, I mean, all the Bay Area, bands were just starting. But Metallica was the first to, get signed and bring it to the masses, you know what I mean? And then everybody else kind of followed suit, because then the record companies, we got to sign this, and this, So that's kind of how it worked. But yeah, man, Kill 'Em All is just a freaking killer album, man. 40 years later, this is still a brutal freaking album, all right? Great shit, man. I mean, look at these guys. They're freaking so young, man. Like, really? Unreal. All right, so that's that version. And then, I don't know if a lot of you guys have this or not, but this is the box set of it, all right? Kill 'Em All box set. Now, my local record guy, I think he's selling like one used. I think he wants like $250 for it used. I mean, it's in perfect condition like this is, but, these things aren't cheap. Now, this one is cool. I have all the Metallica box sets, the Ride the Lightning, the Puppet, and the Black Album, and Justice for All. And, as they started, like this one has like the bare minimum in it. It's got some cool stuff, but as you start to go down, Ride the Lightning has more stuff in it, and Puppets has a ton of stuff. By the time you get to the Black Album, forget it, man. There's like 30 CDs and 15 DVDs. There's a whole bunch of stuff in these box sets. So if you don't have them and you want to pick them up, well, you still can. I think some of them might be on Amazon. I don't even know. But pick them up, all right? There's a lot of cool stuff in here. You can tell Lars took the time with the guys and go through demos and concerts and really cool stuff, all right? So let's just check this out. So this is a box. So this is how a box opens. I'm going to show you how the box opens. I love how these guys, open up box sets. Oh, look, it's a clamshell box. It's a freaking box. Just open the damn box. Oh, forget about it. All right? Let's cracking myself up. All right, so it comes with a patch. All right? If you guys still got your denim jackets, and you want to sew this on your leather jacket or stick some glue and slap it to the mirror in your bedroom, there you go. All right? Metallica patch. Then it comes with this book, which is cool because it's got a lot of cool old pictures, man. Especially like the Ride the Lightning book, man. Some great pictures in there. All right, I'll just flip through real quick. I usually do. Calm down. All right, hey, there's Johnny Z. Rest in peace, Johnny. Oh, this guy, man. Raven and Anthrax. I mean, the whole Megaforce roster back in the day that went on for years. Even Ace Frehley got on it at one point. All right, so yeah, it's got some cool pictures, some cool articles. A lot of awesome stuff in here, man. I mean, just for the book alone, it's worth picking up. Here you go. Cliff, another guy, rest in peace, man. Horrific. All right, there you go, a young Kurt. What's he, like 19 in that picture? Cool. And I love the way these guys played the Flying V's back in the day. You know, big Michael Schenker fans. And if you don't know who Michael Schenker is, mink you. Do your homework. Go find out who Michael Schenker is. Go get some of his albums and you know what I'm talking about. But if you're going to get Michael Schenker albums, you got to get the older ones, all right? Like his first 3, all right? Start there. And Schenker's another one I should do something on. You know, how he went from the Scorpions to UFO. I mean, the guy is a phenomenal guitar player, all right? I mean, his solo stuff is great. But, yeah, so that's where, you know, these guys, there's pictures of Schenker. When these guys all lived together in the house, you could see there's posters of Michael Schenker on the wall, all right? So they were huge Schenker fans. There you go. All right, so that's the book. You get the gist. Oh, all right. A book is a book. So now, this vinyl here, it's a double vinyl. Paris, France, February 9th, 1984. Really cool. Front, back, nothing fancy going on. The vinyl is black, all right? But this is cool. It's got I Hit the Lights, The Four Horsemen, Jump in the Fire, Phantom Lord, No Remorse, Ride the Lightning, Motor Breath, Pulling Teeth, Whiplash, Seek and Destroy. Oh, great song. And Metal Militia. I'll pull one of the vinyls out. You can take a look-see. All right? Oh, sleeve, nothing fancy. Plastic on the inside. Oh, no scratchy. And that's basically what the label looks like on all of them. All right? Nothing fancy. All right? Sounds great, man. Live stuff. Early Metallica back in the day. Cool stuff. All right. This goes here. This goes there. We'll throw this back in there. All right. Number 1. Now, they also put in the original picture disc for the single Jump in the Fire, which is pretty badass. All right, I know I'm sure some of you guys have the original copy of this. It's friggin' awesome. All right, there you go. That's the back. Cool songs in there. It's got a download card as well. Yeah, man. Live side, Phantom Lord, Seek and Destroy. Studio side, Jump in the Fire. Ah, what a great riff. You know, these guys, man, for, you know, the stuff that James came up with, all those riffs and stuff, you know, him and Lars just sitting down and getting the work done, you know, with you know, obviously, you know, Mustaine actually got some co-writes on some of these songs as well, you know, because they did their demo, No Life to Leather. You know, Dave, I think he got, you know, 1 or 2, maybe 3 co-writes on this album, you know. Is what it is, man. All right. Now, this is the album. Just a regular remastered 180 gram. No extra songs on here. Pull this out. Nothing going on here. All right. So basically, they stay true to the silver label. Now, on the original, it just says Mega Force going across. But it pretty much looks like this. All right. So, yeah, 180 grams. She don't shake. I mean, these remasters sound amazing. All right. It's back in here. Throw that in there, throw that in here. It also comes with the original lyric sheet with the pictures on the other side. Now, my only beef with this is that the pictures, you know, they're just too dark. You know, they should have lightened them up a little bit, but I'm sure they made like a gazillion copies of this, and who knows. But yeah, it's too dark. Now, what I liked, even when I first bought this, under Kurt on this picture here, there's like a road case cover, and it's got Kiss going across, like the Kiss logo. You know, anybody know where that's from? Like, I don't think they're opening up for Kiss. Kiss wouldn't put that on a stage. But yeah, right at the bottom there, under Kurt. I don't know if you guys can see it. Over there. Big Kiss logo. It's pretty cool. And I noticed that when I, you know, had the original album and took it home that day. I was like, whoa, that's cool. It's like, oh, maybe they're Kiss fans, you know? Hey, whatever. All right, so now it comes with a couple of CDs and a DVD. So this is one, rough mixes from Lars's Vault and the Whiplash EP tracks. Okay, so it looks like that. And then there's the back of it. I'll leave it there for a second or two so you guys can read it. You know, this is a good time to hit pause. All right, you got it. Then it comes with this other one, interview and radio IDs. All right. You check that out. Just the back of that. All right. You read all that. Blah, blah, blah. Hit pause. Gonna keep this moving. Then it's got, you know, the regular album. It's a little gatefold, but there's only one CD in here. And then the other side has, you know, the book and stuff with the words. All right, I'll show you. Take it easy. All right, little book with all the words. Nothing going on there. All right, so that's cool. Same picture on the back. All right, that goes there. This goes here. Then you got another one here. This one is a live show. Live at JB's Rock, Middletown, New York, January 20th, 1984. It's another cool live one. Go. That's the songs. You know, basically the set list was kind of the same. But Ride the Lightning, Fight Fire with Fire and Ride the Lightning starts to show up. All right. Then you got another one here. This is, can't get it out. Live at the Keystone out in California, October 31st, 1983. There you go. Bunch of songs on here as well. And these are all one disc CDs. I'll show you this one because, you know, basically they all look the same. They're just, they look like this. Every one I showed you looks like that. All right. Then we got, there's a DVD in here. Live concert, which is cool. Chicago, Illinois, August 12th, 1983. There you go. So yeah, man, it's just, there's some really cool stuff in here. All right. So yeah. Boom. All right. And that's it with the box set. You know, a couple CDs, you got a DVD, you got the original list, the original act. Whoa, I got stuff flying out of the boxes here. And that's about that. Everybody in there, everybody's in, everybody's in. Gotta make sure. All right, I'll put this away in a couple minutes. So that's that, man. So, you know, Metallica, they went on, you know, toured with this, went back in the studio, came out with the phenomenal, I mean, Ride the Lightning is just incredible, man. Just killer. That album, unbelievable, you know. But this one here, this debut album of Kill 'Em All, it's still a great album. It still holds to this day. 40 years later, this album is still killer, man. You know, Metallica, they're still out there killing it live. I mean, you could go to all the YouTube things here. I mean, people are posting stuff left and right, man, of concert footage. They're great, man. You know, what's cool about Metallica, what a lot of other bands don't do, which really pisses me off, you have all these albums and you're playing the same damn 10 songs you've been playing since freaking 1974. You know, there's a band that's been on the road right now, the End of the World tour, and they're playing the same freaking songs over and over. You have this vast amount of albums. Well, you know, the casual person doesn't want to hear us play that song. They don't want... Dude, your fans are your fans, all right? People have been following you for years. Dig in. Play some of the deep cuts. Like, seriously, you know? It's the same shit. But Metallica, they... You know, you go see them one night and they'll play the whole Master of Puppets friggin' album. You go see them another night and they'll play half of it. They'll throw in all the new stuff. They'll throw in 3/4 of Kill 'Em All. I mean, they know because they're still fans, you know? I mean, Lars, he's still a fan. I mean, these guys. And they do that to keep things fresh, you know? Like, hey, man, we played this song. Dude, we haven't played this in 3 years. Let's play it. And the fans know it, and the fans love it, man, because the fans love all their stuff, all right? Maybe that's the difference between a band like Metallica and somebody else, you know? Metallica doesn't just have the casual fan, you know? They have their diehards, you know? And if there's a young kid who wasn't, you know, born when this album came out, you know, and he's into Metallica now, trust me, he knows this. And if he hears these guys play something from Kill 'Em All, he's gonna flip, all right? And they do, man. You watch those tapes, man, the Metallica audience, they go nuts no matter what song Metallica's playing. They're all singing along. They're singing the guitar parts. Metallica's fan base, man, those fans, they kick ass, man. They love their Metallica. They know the words. They know the riffs. And they go nuts, you know? Not like a lot of other bands. So say what you want about Metallica. They sold out. They did this. They did that. And Lars is this and that. It doesn't matter because Metallica is a great band and they just kill it live, you know? Whether their hair is short, whether their hair is long. Who gives a shit with the length of your freaking hair, man? You know what I mean? It's so stupid. It's about the music, all right? Who cares if your hair is down to your ass or not? What's that mean? You're a bad guitar player? You can't play drums because you cut your hair off? Come on, man. Get over that. Done. Over with, all right? You want that? Go back to 1982 and, you know, go listen to your friggin' hairband shit if you want the look and not so much talent, okay? And, hey, it is what it is, man. Some of those glam hairbands, those guys, they had studio guys come in to play, all right? Because the guys on the cover were just for looks, and they couldn't even play a guitar lead in the studio, okay? Some of the biggest bands, you know, I should get into that one day. I'll piss a lot of people off. But yeah, when you got studio cats coming into play because you can't cut it, yeah, it's not saying much. But, you know, you look good because your hair was perfectly down to here. You know, you look good in a uniform, but you can't play worth a shit. Metallica, those guys can play regardless, okay, of what people say about Lars, okay, and what he does in the studio. He still has to play live. All right? End of story. So, Kill 'Em All. 40 years. If you don't have this, go get it. And if you have it and you haven't heard it in a while, put it back on, man, because this is a killer freaking album and it will just destroy. It'll seek and destroy. All right, guys, listen. That's it for now. So be good. Watch out for one another. All right? Until I see you again or you see me or who sees who. But that's it for now, all right? Oh, I got to go. Got to get up tomorrow. Got to go to work. Oh. All right, man. Peace out, Buttercup. Metal. I'll see you later.